Hey Jan, and yes, more Phoenix Wright Fridays indeed. How are you doing today? You okay but tired after a work week? Makes you any better. I work over the weekend, so mine's basically I'm basically in the middle of mine. Hey Kiara, can we get a shout out for Kiara? Yep, I'm good. Kind of sleepy from work, but I managed to take a nap, get Metroid Dread up and running, and now I've pried myself away to stream some Phoenix Wright because I love you all. Okay, that's all the links, Shield. Hey Nerlus, how's it going? Yeah, for those who don't know, by the way, this evening there was going to be a stream of Overgrown, but the DM, the GM for that stream basically had a sudden sore throat today, so it's been cancelled. I think Nick's doing a just a normal gaming stream later, so we might not raid him depending on who else is online. Okay, anyway, camera seems to be working. So let's get this Phoenix Wright Friday onwards day. Yep, Phoenix Friday. Phoenix Friday, Phoenix Friday. Gotta get down on Phoenix Friday. Nah, it doesn't quite work. Anyway, hopefully you can all see the game okay. Kiara, you're with your boyfriend. Oh, excellent. Tell him I say hello. And of course he can hear this anyway, in which case, hello Kiara's boyfriend. Cam and Gamer up. Excellent, Nolus, excellent. Okay, so in summary, this lady is bad. She's finally starting to show her true colours. Oh, he says hi back. Oh. Yep, the evil Disney princess. AKA modern Disney princesses. Because, you know, It's they're so progressive. They're parodying their old tropes, don't you know? Do not ask anything about the LGBTQ content. Right, what I witnessed, part 2. The truth is, Feeny pushed him twice. The first time was into the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke. Then Dougie tried his best to run away from him, but Feeny caught up and crashed into him from behind. The cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted. It all occurred in less than a minute.
So after being shoved, the victim got up and tried to run away. And that is when the defendant pushed him for the second time.
I'm so sorry, Feeny, but I just have to tell the truth. Am I doing the right thing? Am I, Mr. Judge? Well, we can safely say that she's no longer going to be doing the right thing. I'll see myself out.
Of course you are, my dear. As painful as it may seem, you are. Now then, Miss Fay, you may proceed with your cross-examination.
Yep, that's right, Nihilus. Tub thumping. Miss Hawthorne, previously in your testimony you said the following. Actually, I didn't see him the moment he pushed Dougie. I know. I'm sorry. I wanted to protect Feeny. So that's why you basically lied to the court. I was a bad girl, I know. Mr. Judge?
Yes?
Would you please forgive little old me? Of course he won't. What you did is called perjury.
Oh, come now. It was just a little old white lie. We'll forget it this time, but please be more careful from now on. All right?
Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Judge. Oh, wow. Apparently that pun completely emptied my viewer figures.
Not at all. Oh.
The judge should better be more careful himself. A dark alley is friendlier than that girl. Achievement unlocked. Beware, Your Honour. Reminder, in the final case of the last game, he was terrified that Phoenix would hire an assassin. You're saying you're actually sure that saw the victim get pushed into the electrical pole? I know he doesn't look like it, but Feeny can be a bit of an imp when he wants to be. Oh, really? I never imagined that he would cause an electrical cable to break. Feeny really is scary when he gets mad.
Yes, he sounds like a very dangerous individual indeed. I sure hope he doesn't end up as a lawyer in this courtroom.
So, let me get this straight. You're happily listening to music on your headphones while you watch this scene unfold? What?
Miss Fay, I'll have to ask you to stop badgering the witness.
I wasn't happy. I was so scared that I couldn't move. All I could do was stand there and cheer them on. Cheer them on? What do you mean by that? Well, I wish the best for them both, and that they would give each other the fight, each give the fight their all.
That's very sweet of you to be so supportive.
And what happened after that? That doesn't sound quite right. There were handprints found on the chest of the victim's leather jacket. Mr. Payne, were there also prints found on the back of his leather jacket?
No, there weren't.
Madam Faye, may I suggest you listen a little more carefully? I said that he crashed into him from behind, right? My feeling wouldn't leave any prints behind in that case, would he? Did you actually witness the moment the victim was electrocuted? I'm sorry, I didn't actually see it. I turned my eyes away.
That's understandable. Yes, indeed. It would have been a horrific sight for anyone to behold.
If I don't figure out the contradiction here, it's all over. She didn't have much time to come up with her lie, so this is my best chance. There must be a hole in her testimony somewhere. Think, Amir. Okay, so the victim's watch stopped at That's enough, witness. I'm afraid I don't understand. You will in a minute. Could you please take a look at this picture? Oh, that medicine. That's the one Feeny likes to take for his cold. It's not the medicine I want you to take a look at. It's the wristwatch. It stopped at the precise time the victim was electrocuted. In other words, 3:05 p.m.
Yes, and your point is, Miss Faye?
My point is this. What time was it when the lab suffered that power outage due to the cable snapping?
Well, according to the student's testimony, the answer is clear.
Yep, Nolus, would you please take a look at this photograph? Look at this photograph.
Well, according to the student's testimony, the answer is clear. It was 2:55 p.m.
Would you care to explain to the court, Miss Delia Hartform? What exactly happened during this 10-minute interval? The defence proposes that it was during this interval that the real murderer killed Mr. Doug Swallow. It was her. I mean, look how bloody innocent she's acting.
What else? Order in the court? Why is this? This is nonsense. The real murderer?
Even you can't deny that the time between the cable breaking and the electrocution are completely unaccounted for.
Then who was it? Who else are you saying could have done it?
Oh, she's doing the hair flip. There's only one person who could have murdered Mr. Swallow. Only after my client had left the scene. Was there a window of opportunity for the real killer?
Miss Faye? Is the defense ready to indict someone as this real killer?
It's finally time. This is the moment I've been waiting for. This is it, boys. This is war. Yes, Your Honour, we're ready.
Very well. But remember...
Hey, Icky. It just occurred to you how much that characters like beating up wooden objects. I mean, yes, you're not wrong. Maybe in this universe, you hit wooden objects for luck instead of just touching them. Also, how are you doing today?
Very well, but remember, if you accuse the wrong person, you'll be penalised. Think very carefully before you speak, Miss Faye. Now then, Miss Faye, let's have it. Who is the real killer?
Well, she's basically been saying as much. It could only have been you, Dahlia Hawthorne. Where? How can you...
The defence is grasping at straws.
10 minutes passed between the time the cable broke and the time of the electrocution. What exactly were you doing that whole time, Miss Hawthorne? Were you really listening to some music while cheering them both on as they fought? I find it hard to believe that you didn't lift a finger to stop the men dearest to you.
Order! Order! Miss Faye? What? I mean, what? That is to say...
Miss Hawthorne, I believe you did witness the two men fighting on that day. However, after Mr. Wright pushed the victim and subsequently left the scene, it was you who put Mr. to swallow to his death by your own very own hands. You've had a cold for the last 3 days. You're first in a year, so you're dying slightly. Yep, all the calls have been flying since, Oh, thanks for giving, Icky a shout out, Kiara. Yep, the colds have been all over the place since we stopped wearing masks. We need to bring masks back. How can you say something so mean, Madam Faye? I didn't do anything.
Miss Faye? This is a very serious charge up.
He said the line.
Your Honour, please. I have something I want to say. At you. You? What is it? But please strike everything the defence just said just now from the record.
What the? Are you daft? My God, I was right giving her a British accent.
You're totally wrong, Miss Faye. Dolly, she couldn't do something like that. Mr. Wright, get back in your seat. Bailiff, grab that man. Leave my Dolly alone. I needed to do film work.
Yes, you're right, Icky. The first rule of lawyering is, in fact, don't be a meanie butt. Oh wait, is that the first rule of lawyering? That boy.
That boy? He's got himself in way over his head.
Oh, Mr. Graceberg, you're back.
It seems I've arrived just in the nick of time. I found the police report on that incident in your newspaper clipping.
Police report added to the court records. Police report. A report on the incident 8 months ago. You like that one, no less? That's a good point. Did Phoenix shove Dahlia off the witness stand so he could scream in her defence?
Thank you so much. This is exactly what I was hoping for.
Wait, thank you so much. This is exactly what I was hoping for.
You'd better take a good look at it. It details how you came to lose your boyfriend. Now then, the defence has made a very serious accusation. Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this?
Well, really, Your Honour, May I interrupt you for just a moment, Mr. Prosecutor?
Don't you worry, my dear. I have this situation well in hand. That is, go right ahead.
Madam Faye, are you seriously accusing me of killing my sweet Dougie? Yes, I am. Not only am I saying you murdered Doug Swallow, but you also tried to pin the whole thing on your current lover, Phoenix Wright. Pretty okay, law student?
I told you should let me handle this.
Weep.
Sorry, but please go ahead.
How can you say that? I'm absolutely devoted to my dear Feeny. The notion I would try to frame him is ludicrous. This is all just too much for poor little me to bear.
I believe that girl is trying to ask what on earth her motive would be.
The answer to that lies somewhere in this police report. It must. 8 months ago, an incident occurred in the basement of cafeteria of this building. And then, that same day, the two of them accidentally meet. Your Honour, the defence requests further testimony from Miss Delia Hawthorne.
Further testimony? What about?
About the events of the day when she first met the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What could that possibly have to do with this case?
The witness claims that she has no reason to frame the defendant. Am I correct? Well, I have evidence that suggests she in fact had a very good reason.
Very well then, the court grants the defence's request. Young lady, would you mind staying on for just a bit longer?
Of course not, Mr. Judge. Get ready for the battle for your life, Dahlia Hawthorne. How I Met My Feeny. Was that a deliberate shout-out? I first met my darling Feeny 8 months ago. It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse's basement reading room. The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. We've been going out ever since that fateful day. We're so lovey-wovey we literally make people sick. It's just jealousy, I think.
Mr. Wright, do that again and you'll be held in contempt of court.
And now we enter the final act of our little drama.
As we used to say in the days of my youth, go get her.
So until that time, you've been dating Doug Swallow. Yes, I'm a real fool, I know. Let's see my emotions change so quickly. I'm ashamed of myself.
No, not at all.
Oh, thanks for the retweet, Kiara. Every time it cuts to Grossman, you think he's gonna start talking about his arse again, no less. That was a memorable statement.
Look at me. I am infamous for changing my mind. My critics have even taken to calling me Judge Fickle. Oh ho ho.
Maybe you should look for a different line of work.
Despite that, however, he always hands down the correct verdict. That's why some people also call him the Great Judgini.
The courthouse reading room? That's a strange place to meet the love of your life. That's not true, Madam Faye. After all, Feeny was not only an art student, but he was also planning on becoming a lawyer. This actually suggests Phoenix was going to go into copyright law, doesn't it? I'm not talking about him, I'm talking about you, Miss Hawthorne. What was a literature student like you doing in a courthouse reading room?
This line of questioning is a waste of time. It has nothing to do with our murder case. Miss Fay, I'm warning you, if this has nothing to do with Mr. Swallow's case.
I have to remember the judge is on Dahlia's side. I'd better tread carefully. I'd better save scum. There it goes, the last Phoenix right too. Save. Your Honour, if you allow me some latitude, I think I can establish relevance. Yep, that's the relevant quote, no less. Please ask her to continue on with her testimony.
Very well. Young lady, I've got a simple question for you. What were you doing downstairs in the courthouse reading room?
If it pleases Your Honour, the answer is simply this. I'd come to this courthouse to do some research for a paper I was writing. Oh good, the link works now. You're writing a paper? On what? On the relationships between modern Senryu poetry in the criminal underworld.
Ooh, that sounds like a fascinating research idea.
Am I getting old? Now even I've even forgotten what I've forgotten. Again with the midlife crisis stuff.
Mia, why'd that girl really come to this courthouse? Isn't that what you wanted to know? And speaking of forgetting things, you haven't forgotten the police report, have you? I went through a lot of trouble to get it, my dear, so be sure to read it carefully.
I should probably read the police report. Instant overview. Location, District Courthouse Cafeteria. Date/time, August the 27th, 4 PM. Victim, Diego Armando, age 28. Occupation, lawyer. Suspect, Dahlia Hawthorne, age 19. Details. Armando ingested poison while interviewing the suspect regarding another case. Traces of poison were found in the victim's coffee cup. No poison was found in the vicinity or on the suspect's person. It is unclear how the poison entered the victim's coffee cup. Well, damn then. So what was it about Mr. Ryan that made your heart malfunction like that? In my personal opinion, he looks just like a typical snotty-nosed college brat. Perhaps to a woman your age, but to me, Feeny is handsome. Perhaps to you, Miss Hawthorne, but to the rest of the planet, he's dime a dozen.
Love is a mysterious thing, and I object to this line of questioning. If you were to look at my wife, for example, you might all be shocked. He's telling the truth. It was truly, truly shocking.
Peaceful mushroom, growing tall in the darkness. It comes from cow dung. That's the poem that best describes how I feel about my Feeny. Okay then.
Listen to me, Mia. That woman has the judge in the palm of her hands, you see. So the only way to discredit her is to find a contradiction in her testimony.
Tss. Yep, notice. Straight as be like. Okay. So if I present this report, it proves that that's not why she was here at all.
Objection!
Miss Hawthorne, you weren't here because of your research paper, were you? Didn't you actually come here for a much more important reason?
What is the meaning of that cocky smile on your face, Miss Fay?
8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse, there was another tragedy.
Another tragedy? You mean the incident in which an attorney was poisoned?
The name of the suspect in that incident is listed here in this report, and that name is Dahlia Hawthorne.
What? Dahlia Hawthorne?
Yes, the sweetie pie of everyone's eye, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. She was the prime suspect in a criminal case just 8 months ago. I like how Prosecutor Payne stood like he's about to shoot someone.
Order! This is unbelievable. It's true then. The loveliest rose in the court. Miss Fay, that's not fair. You can't slander my witness. I, Winston Payne, will not allow it.
Mr. Prosecutor, I believe I was speaking.
Pardon me. Go right ahead.
It's true that about 8 months ago, the police expressed some interest in me.
Express some interest, huh?
Mr. Judge, sir, I know I'm under oath, so I'll tell you the absolute truth. I did not commit the crime that occurred during that incident 8 months ago.
I see.
Okay, I've tied the two crimes together. Now I've just got to stay on the offensive.
Well done, Mia. Oh, you really lit a fire in my heart. And my buttocks.
There it goes.
I can hardly tell which is the more in flames, my spirit or my hemorrhoids.
You know, I'd love to see Mr. Grossberg voiced by Pro ZD. Okay, the poisoning. I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day. I left my seat for just a moment and that's when it happened. From what I heard, it was a liquid poison that is lethal at just 2 teaspoons. Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison. So I hear. So you see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that.
So that's what happened here 8 months ago. However, as you've heard from the witness's testimony, she had nothing to do with it. I think the defence is just about out of tricks.
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Payne, but I'm afraid the defence has many more tricks up its sleeve today. And I'll be sure to show them to you before the end of this cross-examination.
What the... Why does the defence suddenly feel stronger? Mia, you're glowing with a true lawyer's aura, my dear. That proud posture and self-confidence. Absolutely smashing.
I'd also like to see him voiced by Tim Curry. What were you talking about with the defence attorney? Well, I'm sorry, but that's confidential.
According to the report, you're being interviewed regarding another case.
The lawyer that was killed. He said he wanted to talk about an incident I was caught up in when I was younger. Why don't you tell us all about what that incident was?
That has absolutely nothing to do with this case. Objection sustained. The defence's question is stricken from the record.
You get involved in a lot of incidents, don't you, Miss Hawthorne? Well, I guess I was just born under a bad sign. Don't worry, Dolly.
Don't worry, Dolly. I'll protect you. You heard the man? Now that is true love, young lady.
Oh, Feeny, please.
Those two are really making me ill.
Wait, those two are really making me ill, albeit for decidedly different reasons. How long were you gone? I've already answered all those questions for the police. But if you must know, maybe 10 or 20 minutes. And where were you during that stretch of time? Using the toilets?
What are you saying, Miss Faye? Toilets? My perfect little dolly doesn't poo. What?
What's going on in this case? Look, has every single male character in this game suddenly turned into an incel? Is that it?
You heard the defendant, Miss Faye. Best of luck next time.
Oh, Feeny, please.
The police have already looked into this whole matter. This line of questioning is nothing but a waste of the court's time. Objection sustained. Miss Hawthorne, please continue with your testimony.
How do you know that? About how much liquid is 2 teaspoons? 10 milliliters. Thanks for asking.
Well, let me see. My bottle of eye drops say it's half a fluid ounce, which is equal to 3 teaspoons.
So it's about 2/3 of that amount, huh? The poison was found in the lawyer's mug of coffee. It must have been after I left the table. Sorry for rubbing into the mic there. Some must have quietly slipped it in there. A special kind of poison? How so? Well, I heard it's almost impossible to detect. Or how did they detect it then?
Oh? And where would something like that come from?
I'm sorry. All I know is what I overheard the policeman saying. Two teaspoons is more than you'd expect to be lethal, but then again you don't know how poisons work. I mean, 2 teaspoons is pretty deadly. They said something about using advanced chemical processes to purify it.
Chemical processes? Well, well, that's quite impressive. Most impressive.
The best question is, how did the criminal get something like that? And that's the reason they didn't arrest you. Because no one could show how you could have gotten the poison. I think that's a good enough reason, Madam Faye.
She's right, and I think we've all had enough of Miss Faye's questions. So in essence, the main reason Miss Hawthorne was ever arrested for this crime was because no one could show how she could have obtained the poison.
Then all we have to do is find a way to establish how she could have gotten some, right? Great. Now how just did a literature student get a hold of poison of all things? Yeah. She was dating a pharmacy student. Yep. Doug Swallow's a pharmacy student. That must be it. Good thinking, no less. Oh, that's... You're right, that's why they called him Swallow.
Objection!
You wouldn't know how to get that kind of poison. I don't believe you. What? In fact, you had an easy access to that kind of poison, didn't you? At your boyfriend's lab.
But boyfriend? You mean the victim? Doug Swallow?
That's right. Up until 8 months ago, Miss Hawthorne was dating Mr. Swallow. And if you'll recall, Mr. Swallow was a pharmacology student at Ivy University.
Pharmacology?
His laboratory contained highly advanced chemistry equipment. In fact, without such equipment, the culprit could never have obtained such a rare and special poison. Well, Miss Hawthorne, it seems you had access to such a poison after all. And then, it was a matter of slipping it into the victim's coffee when he wasn't looking. The only person who could have done that was the one sitting at his very table, you. No!
Order! 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 Could it be? That's nothing but a basis accusation.
May I say something, Madam Faye? What is it, Miss Hawthorne? The amount of poison in the coffee was 2 teaspoons, correct? In order to carry that much liquid, you'll need some kind of container.
Well, yes, that's true.
I was searched immediately after the incident took place.
Quite true. In fact, the entire courthouse was turned upside down.
But they didn't find a suspicious container anywhere, did they? She's right. They even mentioned that in the report. Well, you could have easily gotten rid of something that small. Excuse me, madam, but this is a court of law. If you're saying I threw the poison container away, I think you need to show some kind of proof. But proof? She got me good with that.
Provide some evidence, or I'll have to disallow this line of questioning, Miss Faye. Unless we can come up with some convincing evidence, we're going to lose this lead.
The police conducted a full-body search of Dahlia and the entire courthouse, and yet the container holding the poison disappeared right after the crime occurred.
If you're going to accuse the young lady of committing the murder, then where's the container the poison was carried in? What happened to it?
Oh, she gave it to Phoenix. That's easy. You're forced to get rid of that container in a hurry, weren't you? And that's why you passed it on to someone that had nothing to do with the case. Someone that you knew wouldn't be searched.
Well, who is this person?
Mr. Phoenix Wright, of course.
So the defendant was this witness's accomplice?
Of course not. She gave the poison to him, disguised as a present. What? But that's...
That's a charming little necklace. Is this a little bottle? It's really quite cute. So what about it? What does it mean, Miss Faye?
The day the witness met and fell for Mr. Phoenix Wright was 8 months ago. August the 27th, the very same day as the poisoning incident. Under the pretense of love, my witness gave my client a present. All for the purpose of hiding the one piece of evidence that would give her away.
What? Are you saying there's a deadly poison in here?
No, there's no longer any poison in that bottle. However, I'm certain if the crime lab were to analyse it, they would find a trace amount. No!
Order in the court. On behalf of Dolly, I object. Mr. Wright, control yourself. I won't let you bully her like this. Mr. Wright, I thought I told you to stay in your seat.
Mr. Wright, why? Why are you going through so much trouble to protect her?
Why? Because I'm madly in love with her. Madly in love? I haven't heard anyone say that in a long time.
Mr. Wright, have you ever thought about this? Why exactly would a woman like Dahlia Hawthorne want to date you anyway? Wow, harsh, Mia.
Well, I guess she must be madly in love with me too.
Mr. Wright, please, open your eyes. At this point in the trial, I think it should be obvious to everyone. The real reason that Dahlia Hawthorne is dating you is... Dahlia Hawthorne was not, and is not, madly in love with you. The only thing she's after is that bottle necklace you love to wear around your neck.
My necklace?
Back in there in the waiting room, you said it yourself.
Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she's always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now. What a strange girl, asking for a present back like that.
For Delia Hawthorne, that evidence is irrefutable. That necklace is irrefutable evidence of her crime. That's why she absolutely had to get it back.
You're lying.
But you never gave it back to her. Yeah, I was thinking that, Nernus. It is actually kind of shitty of him not giving it back when he was asked. And to make things worse for her, you insisted on showing it to everyone you meet. That's why she...
I don't believe you. No, that's a lie.
Eric!
Mia, are you alright?
Yes, I think so.
That boy, he went completely insane.
Where's Mr. Wright?
It looks like the bailiff caught him, so he should be back soon enough.
Thank goodness. Oh no.
What is it?
The bottle necklace. Miss Hawthorne's present. It's gone.
What? That's terrible.
Mr. Wright must have grabbed it when he slammed into me.
Foolish boy. That's the only thing that could have saved him. What in the blazes are we supposed to do now? Mr. Wright, this sort of behaviour is unprecedented in the history of this course. I'm sorry. I'm afraid your apology is not enough.
Mr. Wright, what do you do with the bottle necklace?
Forgive me, I'm sorry.
It's okay, just give back the necklace. What a line. What a line. Okay, let's continue. And yep, TSMR. Yep, the ghost of Sparrowson lives on. Anyways, let's just give this line its proper weight.
I ate it.
You what? Yep, that's really the only response.
You ate it? It was too big to swallow, so I had to chew it into little bits first, but yeah.
What the?
What? What's he doing now?
Your Honor, you got to stop the trial. Mr. Wright, are you feeling okay? Does your stomach hurt? That bottle you swallowed may have had some poison left in it.
It seems the defendant has proven the prosecution's case for us. Clearly the bottle did not contain a deadly poison.
Yep, he apparently ate glass, no less. How can you be so sure?
I think that's obvious. As you can see, the defendant is still very much alive. As for the poison, well, like a fledgling defense attorney's overactive imagination. So it would seem.
No, there must be some mistake. The bottle must not have had any poison left in it. Either that, or the poison must have lost its potency.
There. It's alright, rookie. Trusting your client is the most noble thing a defense attorney can do, and it's heartwarming to see that you place this much faith in Mr. Wright. But that's how it is for us on the prosecution side too. For example, I would trust the witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life. Which is why I can state that your assessment of her is completely wrong. That's enough. Unfortunately, Miss Fay, I cannot accept your explanation of the events.
Yeah, that's true, no less. If it needs 2 teaspoons, trace amount is less than 2 teaspoons. Although logically it could make him very sick. But why?
This may be impossible for a beginner like you to understand, but in a court of law, evidence is everything.
Even after I prove so much, is she going to get away with everything?
Well, now that the suspicion around Miss Hawthorne has been cleared up, I would like to proceed with the trial.
Mr. Wright?
I'm sorry, Miss Fay. It totally slipped my mind. I'm really, really sorry. I know you believed in me and I feel like I really let you down.
Mr. Wright, what are you trying to say?
There's something I forgot to tell you. What is it? That day, the day I met Doug Swallow. That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business.
I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news.
You're lying.
Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about her. Last night, someone stole some poison from our lab.
But poison?
The same thing happened 8 months ago. A drug sample was stolen. She came to the lab that time too. It could only have been her. That girl is a thief. Also, you know, she's stealing poison. That's kind of worrying.
Stop it. Don't talk about her like that.
Is it true? Did he really say that?
That's ridiculous. There's one more thing. After I pushed him that day, I got worried and came back to have a look. And she was there. Dolly was right there. She was crouched down next to him.
What?
She told me not to ever tell anyone about it, but I'm sorry, Dolly. Your Honor, the defendant is... Miss Fay, you tell them that Dolly didn't do it. She's innocent.
So Dahlia stole poison 8 months ago too, huh? If you put that together with Mr. Wright's testimony... Wait. This means she's stolen more poison right now. Is that going to come up? Then there's only one possible conclusion. The defence believes that Miss Delia Hawthorne stole some poison on the night before she killed Doug Swallow.
The night before?
Naturally, her motive for stealing it was to kill someone.
Miss Faye? If you're so certain of your theory, then let me ask you this.
Mia, this is your last chance. Think carefully now. There's something that she desperately wanted to get back. Therefore...
Exactly who was Miss Dahlia Hawthorne planning to kill?
Ding! There was one person that was standing squarely in Miss Dahlia Hawthorne's way. And that person was... Gordon Freeman. Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Me? That's preposterous. After all, it was Doug Swallow that was murdered.
Well, it's true that that's how things worked out. But let's remember that Mr. Swallow died of electrocution, not poison. The person that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison was in fact... you, Phoenix Wright. There's no one else that it could be.
But how can that be? I thought Mr. Wright and Miss Hawthorne were in love.
Poor Mr. Wright, this must be killing him. Hang in there. I'll bring her to justice, I swear it. As I said before, the only thing Miss Hawthorne truly cared about was the one piece of evidence linking her to that incident 8 months ago. That's right, the bottle necklace. That's all she cared about.
But even so, why? Why would she go so far as to murder him?
8 months ago, just after the fall of that attorney in the basement cafeteria, Dahlia Hawthorne could think of only one thing. How to get rid of the bottle necklace as quickly as possible.
No, it can't be.
It was a pretty good move she made too. The evidence was missing for a long time. But there was just one big problem. Although she got him to hide the evidence, Mr. Wright refused to return it to her. To him, the tiny little bottle was a cherished treasure. He even showed it to everyone he met.
You mean that's why she tried to kill Mr. Wright?
Correct, Your Honor. It was to retrieve that piece of evidence.
That can't be true.
Search your feelings. You know it to be true. Feeny, what a joke you are. Oh, she's evil now. I mean, she was evil before, but now she's just being openly evil. Honestly, how can any woman ever count on you for anything? I even told you time and time again to keep your trap shut about me and that necklace. You disgust me.
Miss Hawthorne?
It appears that we're nearing the end of this trial. Fine. I can tell you how I'm making me into a criminal no matter what I say. You are a criminal, Miss Hawthorne. We'll see about that. But first, where's your evidence? It seems your snivelling little crybaby of a client has eaten the bottle as a snack. Hey, old man, are you senile or something? Why don't you say something instead of sitting there with that dumb look on your face?
Miss Hawthorne? What's happened to you?
Are you really that shocked? Or do you prefer me? This way, Mr. Judge. With absolutely no proof, you treat a voluntary witness like she's a mass murderer. Well, I have nothing more to say. I'll be heading home now if you don't mind.
But we're not finished.
Fine. Then ask this nasty old hag to finish up already. I can't let her get away with this. I can't let her get away with this time.
Stop, Mia. If you keep on pushing without any evidence, you could pay the ultimate price as a lawyer.
The ultimate price?
You'd be forced to take off your attorney's badge forever, I'm afraid.
No. You'd better think it over carefully, Miss Fay. Or should I say, Miss Grey?
Well, Miss Fay, can you provide evidence that will establish her guilt once and for all?
Well, Your Honour, she actually wrote a book called I Poisoned a Bunch of People and Got Away with It. If I mess up here, my career as a lawyer is over. But to be honest, at this point I don't have any evidence that's well-founded. Even so, I'd rather lose my attorney's badge than let her get away with murder. Your Honour, the defence would like to present proof.
Impossible. You can't possibly.
Stupid woman.
It's the opinion of the court that there's already been enough discussion. Therefore, I will only allow one piece of evidence to be presented.
Just one?
If you're unable to establish her guilt, then I'm afraid that a very harsh verdict will immediately be handed down on Mr. Wright.
I understand, Your Honour. I can just imagine the headlines of tomorrow's newspaper. Up-and-coming lawyer plummets to earth before she gets the chance to soar. She was planning to poison Mr. Wright. If that's the case, the poison was probably in there.
Well then, Miss Fay, please present your evidence. Show to this court irrefutable proof that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison Mr. Wright.
I'm gonna guess it was in his cold medication. Because there's no evidence there that it's something he's going to eat. Apart from the necklace. Here it is, Your Honour. The evidence that will prove her guilt once and for all.
Cold Killer X? Phoenix Wright's beloved cold medicine? It's been corrupted? Does our rookie defense attorney have a bit of a cold?
If I did, I still wouldn't take this cold medicine. After all, it's been poisoned.
What?
Remember what the defendant said in his testimony?
But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. I always eat with Dolly, just the two of us.
She was the one who took his bottle of Cold Killer X. Then she poisoned it, knowing that Mr. Wright was going to take some.
Now you're really grasping at straws. After all, it was the victim, Doug Swallow, that was holding the medicine.
I'd like the court to recall the crime that happened here 8 months ago. Where did Miss Hawthorne hide the evidence?
Huh? What are you talking about?
8 months ago, the poison was hidden in her bottle necklace, which she then gave to someone else for safekeeping. Someone she had accidentally run into in the reading room. My client, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes, that's right. She did the same thing this time as well. After shoving the victim, Mr. Phoenix Wright left the scene of the crime. That is when the murderer, Dahlia Hawthorne, appears. With her, she was carrying a poisoned bottle of Cold Killer X. This, of course, was so she could carry out her plan to murder Mr. Wright.
I believe she did testify that she was going to meet with the defendants.
Yes, and she heard and saw everything that happened at the scene of the crime, including what the defendant and victim were arguing about, and cut the electric cable. That's That's when she realised I can't allow Doug Swallow to live. She used the severed electric cable to silence him forever. Unfortunately for her, this is when the problem occurred. Mr. Wright, who she thought had left the scene, came back to check on the victim. And on top of that, because of the power outage, some students showed up as well. It's hardly any wonder that she was, as she put it, in a state of panic. Recall that she was carrying that bottle of poisoned cold medicine. She must have thought, what if they searched me like they did 8 months ago?
8 months ago?
Yes. She disposed of the evidence exactly the same way as she did back then. She had someone else hold it. In this case, Doug Swallow. Yep, Payne still looks like he's about to shoot someone. Come now, everyone. Surely you aren't fooled, are you? This stupid woman, she's nothing but a filthy, stinking liar. Right, Mr. Prosecutor?
Yes, that's exactly right. It's just pure desperation.
I wonder which of us is the desperate one. So, Miss Hawthorne, this cold medicine, I wonder if you wouldn't mind taking some. Mia is that bitch. Well, Mr. Wright ate that necklace of yours, right? Now it's your turn to prove your innocence. What do you say? If I'm just a filthy, stinking liar, then there's no need to worry. So come on, show us. I dare you to take some of this medicine, right now. Mia Fey! Mia Fey!
Whoa.
Do you think you've won? Well, do you, Mia Fey? That's just fine. For the time being. Victory is yours. For the time being? Well, I have a very long memory, you know. You and I will meet again. I'm certain of it. Well then, Mr. Judge, I'll see you later too, okay?
Yes?
I'm going to spend a little quality time for the men in blue now. I wish you all the best. Well, that's ominous. Whew. It's finally all over.
I refuse to accept this. The defense hasn't shown a scrap of evidence to support their outrageous claims.
Your star witness literally just confessed.
But even so, your witness seems to have accepted it. I don't care. I'm Winston Payne, and I don't believe one word that this rookie lawyer has said.
Well then, Mr. Payne, let me ask you this.
Yes?
Would you care to try this cold medicine?
What?
Just a little earlier, I could have sworn you said.
There. It's alright, rookie. For example, I would trust the witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life.
So, if she's so trustworthy, then I'm sure if there couldn't be any poison in here, right?
You see...
And here comes the back pedal. I mean, like, they can literally just have a lab test it. Come on now, rookie killer. Show this rookie how it's done. How much trust do you really have for this woman? Are you willing to bet your life? Yep, precisely, no, let's just get a lab test. Amazing. And that's the story of how Winston Payne lost his hair, I guess. And yes, no, they can just get it lab tested.
Mr. Payne? About Miss Delia Hawthorne? Yes, Your Honour. I'll file papers for her immediate arrest. Tragic, but not surprising. I knew there was something suspicious about her from the very beginning. True story.
Don't lie, just admit you were wrong.
By the way, Miss Fay,
Yes, Your Honour?
was it just me, or did you and Miss Delia Hawthorne seem to know each other?
Your Honour, whether we did or not has no bearing on this case.
Very well. Mr. Payne? This can't be happening. It's a nightmare. It's like losing to my daughter. It appears Mr. Payne has lost his spirit along with his hair. Does the defendant have anything further to say? It can't be true, my dear Dolly. Very well then. I believe I'm ready to pass judgment and bring this trial to an end. The court finds the defendant, Phoenix Wright.
There it is, the impact font.
This court is adjourned.
April the 11th, 3:16 PM. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3. That isn't impact. Actually, no, you're right. It's clearly a serif font. My bad.
Mia, you're wonderful in there.
Thank you for everything, Mr. Grossberg.
During the verdict, I thought my hemorrhoids were going to explode like Mount Vesuvius.
Seriously, Grossberg. Mr. Grossberg, do you maybe think you could stop talking about them? Yes, Mia. Maybe you could.
That is rather rude. Anyway, this case really made me think. What does it really mean to have a relationship of mutual trust with the client? Perhaps it is we veteran lawyers who have lost sight of this.
Ah, Mr. Wright, congratulations.
Thanks. You know, I was thinking.
Go on.
The Dolly I saw up there on the witness stand, I don't think that was really her.
What?
Yeah, the Dolly I know could never have said those kinds of terrible things. Maybe she was like, I don't know, a fake or something.
Yes, no less.
You're such a good lawyer, I always shit my pants.
Boy, this poor kid still hasn't got a clue. You need to forget about her, Mr. Wright, for your own sake.
Yeah, you're right. That's probably for the best.
Also, you need to relax a bit more. Try to grow up a little.
But as for my friends, everyone says I'm the most grown up.
What kind of company does this guy keep? I mean, his best friend at this point is Larry Butt, so...
Right now, I'm studying to become a lawyer myself.
That's what you keep saying. Yep, no less. Grow up and relax. Sounds fake. But I thought you were in the art department.
Well, yeah, I am. But there's a friend that I desperately want to help. And if I hurry, then I should be able to save him in time. It'll form the entire plot arc of the first 2 games.
I see.
Same as Faye. A lawyer is someone who can help people when they're in trouble, right?
Mr. Wright, I'm still new at this myself, but I think that's exactly what a lawyer is.
Okay, I'm going to do it. I'll study my butt off. I'll become a lawyer for sure. I hope we see each other again someday. Maybe even in court. It's been 5 years since I was acquitted of all charges. I became a lawyer like I planned and managed to save my friend. But Mia has passed on to a better place. For me, this trial brings up a lot of painful memories. but it also brings up some very precious ones. And memories that I thought would never rise to the surface again. Mira's gone now, but even so, I can hear her in my mind.
Mia died in the second case of the first game, where she was murdered by Red White of Blue Corp. So nothing to do with Delia, as far as we know. Unless this game ends up retconning it or something, I don't know.
But even so, I can hear her in my mind.
Phoenix, no matter what, always believe in your client. In a course of law, your greatest weapon is your belief.
5 long years. Something has happened that's made me think back to her words of wisdom. But that is a story for another day.
Episode 1, Turnabout Memories, the end. Okay, so that's an hour and 20 minutes. Ooh, achievement unlocked, Turnabout Memories. A brand new episode has been added. Episode 2, The Stolen Turnabout. Okay, that's an hour and 20 minutes, so we'll keep going for a while. The time is 1 AM. Beep, 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 beep. I love reading the beeps. Detective, we made it. Phew, what a relief. Glad the jewel is still safe.
Wait, glad that... Oh, you said it, pal. Must be not rock-solid security that scared him off.
Would you mind opening the safe just to double check? It's going to be gone, isn't it? Dun, 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 dun.
We've been had. Out front, guards, turn on the searchlights. Better luck next time, gentlemen. Excuse me, but I'm afraid I must be leaving now. We shall meet again when the next moon is full.
Oh yeah, Max Galactica's back. Fantastic. But yeah, I think this is a... Yep, apparently the circus didn't pay off. Yeah, I think this is a new character. Or is it? October the 11th, 3:24 PM, Writing Co. Law Offices. Hey Nick, get a load of this. Hey, you listening to me? You can clean the toilet later. This is important.
What are you freaking out about now?
Today will be the last time you talk to me that way. We're about to hit the big time.
Big time? And what do you mean by we? You don't mean you and me are.
Don't be silly. I'm talking about me and... Pearly, of course. Hello, it's a pleasure to see you again, Mr. Nick.
Pearls? You haven't changed a bit. Wait, what are you doing here anyway?
Haven't you heard, Mr. Nick? Here, take a look at this.
What's this? Some kind of poster?
Treasure exhibition. The Sacred Urn. Crane Village. Reminder that this was broken in the second case of the second game.
Crane Village, isn't that?
That's right, it's our hometown. The hometown. Pearly and mine, that is.
What's this about treasures from the boonies?
Very funny, you can laugh all you want. But you'll be singing another tune tonight.
Tonight? What about tonight?
The Treasures of Coraine exhibit, it doesn't actually start until next week, but the promoter sent us some special VIP entry passes. That's why I dressed up extra special today. What do you think, Nick?
Same mare, different day.
Yep, that's right, Nolis. It was Pearl who glued it back together again.
This young lady here is Mia Fey. The younger sister of Mia Fey, my friend and mentor. I first met her 2 years ago. I was working on the case surrounding Mia's death, and ever since then...
I've been the one who's been keeping this lore office afloat from behind the scenes.
Actually, that's just a cover for her true identity. In reality, she's a spirit medium, and a bit of a shady character.
Hey, who are you calling shady? And why are we breaking the fourth wall all of a sudden?
And this little girl is Pearl, but I usually call her Pearls. She's Mare's cousin, and a spirit medium in training herself.
I know I'm a bit young, but I want to help in any way I can, Mr. Nick. For example, I'm going to exposit from beyond the fourth wall.
Coraine Village is the home of the mysterious Coraine channeling technique, and Mare here is the daughter of the Coraine School of Channeling's master. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's no joke. I've seen her power with my own eyes. It's the real thing, alright.
Yep, Nolis, and she can channel her ancestors to outrun a train. After Nick, how long are you going to make two gorgeous women like us wait? Yeah, Mr. Nick, I can't wait any longer. I want to see the exhibit.
Looks like I don't get a choice here. Might as well head out.
Treasure exhibit poster added to the court records. A poster for the Treasures of Coraine exhibit. October the 11th, 7:18, Lordly Taylor, Main Exhibit Hall. I guess our takeaway from that scene is that Phoenix Wright really likes cleaning toilets.
Lordly Taylor, the city's fanciest and most expensive department store. Treasure exhibit, huh? I have to admit I'm pretty impressed.
Wow, this is awesome.
Yeah, you can make even the cheapest junk look great. It all depends on how you display it.
They even have the dusty old hanging scroll that was in the famed Manor storeroom. Oh yeah, I remember scribbling on it when I was a little girl.
On a family heirloom.
Say, Nick, the person in charge of this exhibition is waiting for us in the basement warehouse.
Right. I guess we should go and say hello. I think I remember this old folding screen here. I'm pretty sure it's an important piece of evidence in that murder case that happened in Coraine Village.
This folding screen is the greatest of all the spirit channeling secrets. The 6-leaf Coraine Sacred Writings folding screen.
If it's so secret, why is it the most prominent thing in the exhibit?
Oh, Mystic Mare, look! I can't believe it! Ah, it's so cute! It's a little diorama of Coraine Village.
Yeah, look at that. But somehow it seems to reek of dreariness.
Yep, I think it... Well, presumably you can't see the bullet hole from here. Ah, Mystic Mare, it's your house. It even says Fey Manor on it. Yikes, you're right. I kind of want to add the famous in front of it.
Don't do it, Maya. They might get mad. They're just a bunch of old urns. Are those really treasures too?
Of course they are. This is a treasure exhibit, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I guess so. So all it takes to be a treasure is age. No wonder nobody likes museums. What's with this big cushion? It's just lying around with nothing on it.
Well, it must be for the greatest treasure of all.
Greatest treasure? Is there something like that?
Huh? Well, of course there is. Right, Pearly? Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, I'll bet it would really take your breath away.
A piece of cloth with a ton of finely written characters jammed onto it. Probably esoteric knowledge only mediums would know. Let's see. Here's the title in English. 101 ways to save money. Wait, 108 ways to save money. I'm pretty sure the number has gone up since the last time I saw it.
Well, we're always looking for new ways, you know.
Being a medium sounds like a rough way of life.
Okay, I guess that's everything in the scene. October the 11th, Lordly Taylor, basement warehouse.
Yep, this is a basement warehouse, alright.
This place is scary. I feel like a monster could jump out at any time. Don't be scared, Pearly. I'll protect you.
Oh, Mr. Right.
Yeah, a monster. You're right.
A monster?
Adrian Andrews is back. Good evening. It's good to see you again.
I know you.
Nice to see you too again, little miss. Hello. Is she a friend of yours, Nick? And how do you know her, Pearly? Nice to meet you. I'm Adrian Andrews. Phoenix Wright tried to frame me to save you when an assassin took you hostage. I'm in charge of the promotion and planning for this treasure exhibit. I'm also responsible for the security arrangements. Oh, nice to meet you. Adrian sure
has changed since we last met.
So this is the warehouse. The really valuable exhibit items are still stored away in here. I can't stop doing the Mia voice now. So, this is the warehouse. The really valuable exhibit items are still stored away in here. It really has been a long time, hasn't it, Mr. Wright? Nick, what's going on? Who is this woman?
Why are you freaking out on me?
What? I just thought it'd be more dramatic if I got all worked up, that's all. Mystic Mayor, you shouldn't let him off the hook so easily.
Please, Mayor, don't say anything that'll needle pearls further.
Mr. Wright was really there for me when I needed help, and his boyfriend started shaming me for my You know what, actually I'm not going to make a joke about that because that is still just as gross as it was then. Yep, it was something that happened 7 months ago.
You remember, don't you? The Nickel Samurai case? You were locked in a cupboard by an assassin the entire time.
Not really. I was stuck in a dark wine cellar. Did that escape your memory, Nick? After that, I quit being a manager and started this job.
Wow, that's tough. I'm sorry, Miss Andrews. If it wasn't for us...
No, don't say that. I'm glad the whole thing happened. Thanks to you and everyone else that was involved, I was able to change my whole life. I really am grateful.
Ugh, that's a relief. I'm really impressed, Miss Andrews. Handling a huge exhibition like this must be very tiring.
Well, Lordly Taylor is celebrating the 200th anniversary this year. Works on display in the main exhibit hall worthy of the finest museums. Woo! You hear that, Pearly? The finest museums. Yes, I did. That's really wonderful.
So this basement warehouse is pretty well protected, huh?
Of course it is. After all, there are some priceless treasures in here. The security guards are all very hardly trained as well. I swear to God if Old Bag shows up.
That sounds good. So what's with that face she's making? This computer, it looks like it's hooked up to the security camera above.
And that means what?
The camera is set up to take a photo of anything that goes in or out of the storeroom. Then the data from the camera gets uploaded to the computer here. That's what.
I see. That's some pretty high-tech stuff.
It looks like a part of the big signboard. All I can read is the burr.
Ah, I've got it. Maybe it's supposed to say hamburger.
Why'd anyone write hamburger that big?
Like maybe for the World Hamburger Festival or something?
I kinda doubt it.
Ah, I've got it. Maybe it said spaghetti.
Why are you talking about food? Oh wait, that's normal for you. Anyway, it says burr. There's no way it could say spaghetti.
Well, maybe it was a typo. It might have said spaghetti festival. What do you think?
Okay to me. Besides, spaghetti is the only thing more tangled than your reasoning.
Is that? Yes. Look, a ladder.
That's a step ladder.
So, what's the difference? You need to stop judging things based on narrow-minded cultural assumptions, Nick.
Right, sorry. Why do I feel like we've had this exact conversation before somewhere?
It's okay, I always have the same conversations.
It's a security camera. It's trained on the warehouse door.
It's set up to take a picture of anyone that enters or exits the door. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, they say. And slide.
It says organi.
No, it doesn't, Nick. It says organise. You just can't see the last two letters. Yep, that's right. After all, we don't want Old Bag thinking she can just walk away with stuff.
Yeah, I guess no one else could read it either, because this place is a mess.
Yeah, you must feel right at home, huh? Burn. Mystic Mayor, take a look at next to the door. That's Mystic Amy, right? Yes, that's the statue of the woman who invented the Korean channeling technique, Amy Faye. This statue is on loan from one of the training halls of the Faye branch family. In fact, it arrived just this morning. Amy Faye's golden statue added to the court records. A statue of the founder of the Korean channeling technique is holding the Shikishito.
What's that creepy looking thing she's holding?
Don't ask me, how should I know?
Well, you are the future master, right?
Maybe so, but this is the first time I've ever seen this statue. That thing is the Korean Shikishiko. It's a ceremonial sword. It's not a real weapon, so the blade isn't sharp. Also, you know, that really is quite impractical. It would get caught on something. Notice is calling it. Someone's going to get stabbed with that thing. Well, let's find out. Ah, Fooey, I wanted to cut something.
What are you eyeing me for?
Wow, Mia. Oh look, it's already 8 o'clock. Have you all eaten yet?
Well, actually,
I've already made a reservation at the restaurant on the 12th floor. Why don't we all dine together? Oh, I like the sound of that. Dine? It sounds fancy. I'll have the kids' lunch. Pearly, it's dinner, not lunch. Why don't you really go for it and eat your fill with a kids' dinner? Okay, in that case, one kid's dinner for me. Shall we head upstairs then?
after that pleasant evening, all that remained was to wait for the exhibition's opening. It was wonderful seeing Miss Andrews looking so happy. None of us could have imagined that the very next day something terrible would happen.
October the 12th, 10:09 AM, Writing Co. Law Offices. Okay, swear to God if they make poor Andrews miserable again. Nick, this is terrible. What the? You're cleaning the toilets again? I never knew you were such a toilet freak.
Give me a break, would you? My brain just hit the snooze button for the 5th time.
I'm going to turn on the TV.
We've got an update on the recent treasure heist. Based on the clues found at the scene of the crime, authorities have announced they believe it was the work of the renowned phantom thief, Mask the Mask. Mask the Mask? According to a spokesperson, Lordly Taylor received a threat letter some days ago. This is the 5th heist by this phantom thief who only targets rare treasures. Lordly Taylor?
Yep, that's true, Nolas. She didn't let him finish cleaning the toilet yesterday. But it takes like 5 minutes to clean the toilet, doesn't it? Wait, why am I saying doesn't it? I literally cleaned my own toilet this morning. Well, Nick, what are you going to do? Don't you dare go back to scrubbing the toilet?
Treasure? Lordly Taylor, you don't think?
Yes, now get up, Nick. It was stolen by Mask the Mask. Our most valuable treasure, the Korean sacred urn, was stolen. And someone is responsible.
What? Refresh my memory a little. What's this sacred urn?
It's only the most important treasure in the Korean village, that's all. Look, it's right there on this poster. Don't you remember what's inside? The urn contains a very important soul. Name of the soul of Mystic Ami Faye, the founder of the Korean channeling technique. Right, Pearly? Ah, yes, that's right. Hold up. I thought the urn had the name Abby written on it. Now it says, I am. Any idea how that happened, Pearly? Huh? Well... there are some things best left unsolved, wouldn't you say, Mr. Nick?
That's right. 1 year ago, there was a murder in Korean village, Mayor's hometown. The sacred urn. It turned out to be an important clue in that case.
Sacred urn added to the court records. One of the treasures of the Korean village. Supposedly priceless, it looks like a plain old pot.
Okay, the toilet is shinier than a judge's head. So let's see what's next.
What's wrong with you, Nick? Maybe it needs cheering up, no less.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean? Mr. Nick, your beloved Mystic Mayor's treasure has been stolen. Doesn't that even bother you?
But I thought the urn was the village's treasure, so I don't see how.
The village is Mystic Mayor. She's the future master of the Korean School of Channeling. You know what I'm talking about, Mr. Nick. I won't let you say you don't.
Okay, I do. So what am I supposed to do about it?
Isn't it obvious? Go find the bad guy who did this. Yeah, and get the sacred urn back.
But I'm not a detective. I'm a lawyer.
That has nothing to do with this. If you're a real gentleman, you'd find it for your beloved Mystic Mayor.
Man, oh man. There's no winning against Pearl's fairy tale image of love. So what's the name of this bad guy again?
Master Mask, Nick. Make a note of it. Mask de Mask. It was terrible. I was arrested and everything.
One year ago, the murder in Korean village.
I think I'll wrap this up at the 2-hour mark because my voice is getting sore.
A man was killed during one of Mayor's spirit channelings, and this urn wound up being the key piece of evidence that proved her innocence.
Mr. Nick, would you mind not telling Mystic Mayor about that? You promised, remember? You said you wouldn't tell anyone I broke the urn.
Oh yeah, that's right. Now remember, this urn used to say Amy on it. Until Pearls accidentally broke it into a million pieces. She tried to secretly fix it. Let's just say it didn't work out so well.
Sorry, I'm not so good at arts and crafts. Spelling either.
Anyway, this is how her glowing project turned out. She put the pieces together wrong, and now instead of Amy, it says I am. I can't believe no one's noticed until now, a whole year later.
I can't believe it myself. Well, let's begin this case the way every case begins. Showing someone my badge.
So, what do you think about this?
What about it, Pearly? I'm not certain. What do you think, Mr. Nick?
Maybe 3 heads aren't better than 1.
Oh hey, it's my Magatama. So what do you think, Nick? Isn't it neat?
It sure is. Being able to peek into people's minds is definitely a nice advantage.
What? How'd you do that?
What do you mean? You gave me this thing.
Well, I know Pearly put some sort of spiritual power into it, but I had no idea it lets you do something as cool as that.
Some future leader you are.
Next time you use it, let me know, okay? I want to see into other people's minds too. Try this again.
Is this thing really all that valuable? It looks kind of, well, junky if you ask me.
It's got the soul of Mystic Amy, the founder of our channeling technique.
So how much do you think you could get for it?
What? Sell the sacred urn? You know, I never thought about that. Hey Pearly, make a note of that. Ways to save money, tip 109. Sell treasures whenever possible. Whenever possible? Check.
Somehow I think Mayor's going to be searching for a buyer for a long time.
You know, even I didn't know this statue existed until a little while ago.
Didn't Adrian say it's from Faye Branch family's training hall or something?
Yeah, there are actually a lot of training halls scattered all over the country. Hidden away deep in desolate mountains.
Why does it always have to be desolate mountains?
Okay, and that's just got the same text as the poster. Okay, to the main exhibition hall again. October the 12th, Lordley Taylor, Main Exhibition Hall. Right, let's see if we can find some clues that might lead us to the bad guy.
But it doesn't look like anything has been disturbed.
Yeah, it looks pretty much the same as it did last night. Bad guy, huh?
Hey, you can't poke around here, pal.
As if my voice wasn't sore enough.
Wait a minute, that voice. Oh no, not him again.
Yep, my sentiments exactly.
It's you. And I'm the one who should be saying not again. Why is that every time something bad happens, you always show up, pal?
I should be asking you that. Aren't there any other detectives?
No, I should be asking you that. What are you doing hanging around here?
Hey, I asked you first. Why are you here, Alright, we got it. Why don't you two kiss and make up already?
Hey, pal. I can't kiss my boss's boyfriend.
Hello, it's been a long time, Mr. Scruffy Detective.
Oh, it's you, little missy. Actually, my name is Gumshoe. Detective Dick Gumshoe. Now is a good chance for you to try and remember it right. You know, remember it's just detective, detective, detective. Like how a gorilla goes by gorilla, gorilla, gorilla.
And if it's too long for you, you can just call him Dick. Okay, it's good to see you again, Mr. Detective Dick.
Yeah, good to see you again too, I guess.
Mr. Detective Dick, can you tell us about what happens?
Oh, you're trying to remember my name. As a girl, it's Gumshoe, okay? Anyway, the thief stole something called the Sacred Urn.
I know about that.
Oh, well, the criminal's name is Master Mask.
I know about that too. Detective, can you tell us something other than that?
Well, I guess I sort of owe you guys in a way. The crime occurred last night around 1:30 in the morning.
How exactly do you know that?
We got an emergency phone call from the guard at the scene of the crime, pal. He said the urn was just stolen.
Okay, thank goodness for that. He said it's not going to be old bag. The scene of the crime. You mean here, right?
Wrong. The urn was being kept under careful guard in the basement warehouse.
Basement warehouse, huh? So who was guarding the basement warehouse?
That guy. It's all his fault that the thief got away, pal. He solves one case and gets a swelled head, thinking that he's an ace detective.
Wait, so you're telling me the attorneys and the detectives are asexual in this game? Ace Detective? Hey, Detective Gumshoe, about this masked mask. Is he famous? What? You're joking, right, Nick? Master Mask is the hottest thing since sliced bread.
Sometimes he appears as a museum guard. Sometimes he appears as a big brown bear known to surprise unsuspecting victims. But underneath those disguises is the true masked mask.
So he is some kind of master of disguise, huh?
And he only goes after the finest works of art, pal. Last night was his 5th heist. If Lordley Taylor had only cooperated, I could have caught him this time.
What? Then you knew he was planning on stealing the Sacred Urn?
Of course I did. The guy always sends his calling card before he steals something.
Calling cards, huh? They mentioned that on TV. So why'd you call him an ace detective anyway?
That's what he calls himself, pal. I didn't make it up.
So, what's he like?
Well, I told you. Master Mike's.
Okay, I'll start that again.
Well, like I told you, Master Mask has made 5 heists so far. On the 4th heist, Mystery Detective managed to get the stolen treasure back.
Wow, that's impressive. All by himself?
Yeah, I gotta admit it, pal. Maybe he really is as good as it says. Every time the thief sends one of his calling cards, we send our men on a stakeout, but none of us has ever so much as gotten a glimpse of the guy.
But Mr. Ace Detective was able to retrieve the stolen treasure from the thief?
Anyway, he's at the scene of the crime right now, looking for clues.
So he's down in the basement warehouse, huh? So what's this calling card?
Here it is. But don't share it to anyone. It's top secret. Okay, pal?
What's this mark on the front?
That's Master Mask's signature emblem, pal. You could say it's his mark. All his calling cards have got on them.
They didn't mention that on the news flash.
We're withholding that detail from the public for operational reasons. The only way we can tell if a calling card is real or not is by this emblem.
Calling card added to the court record. Sent before a heist. The emblem is top secret. That makes sense. When you get famous, there's always imitators. Mr. Nick, if you work a little harder, maybe you can have your own copycat someday. Foreshadowing much?
Thanks, I guess. Remember, don't tell anyone about that emblem. Okay, pal?
Does the thief ever send these to the police?
No, always to the victims. Up until now, the victims have always come to us looking for help, though.
That's not what happened this time, you mean?
You got that right, pal. Listen up. Now here's the story. If you guys ever get one of these calling cards, I want you to come to us right away. Got me?
Yep.
Yeah, sure. We'll totally trust the cops.
What about this?
Sorry, pal. I didn't get much sleep last night. My brain's not really working right.
Somehow I don't think sleep would really fix the problem. Hey, keep it down. You might have really good hearing for all you know. And you might get mad if you heard.
I can hear everything you're saying, pal. To be honest, pal, there's something that bugs me.
What's that?
All the other items that were stolen by Master the Mask were ones that even I had heard of. They were all world-famous treasures. The Tear of Emanon, or the Crown of Bongora.
The Sacred Hand of Karain is famous too, right, Pearly? Of course, everyone in Karain Village knows about it. Sounds like we've got an unpredictable thief on our hands. Here, take a look at my attorney's badge.
You're still showing that cheap little thing off. A real man keeps his mouth shut and carries a suave police badge, pal. My badge is so suave. Suave.
Okay, and nothing new there. Okay, let's move then. October the 12th, Lordly Taylor Basement Warehouse. Is that the sword broken? No matter how many times we come here, this place always gives me the chills. And that's probably because it's air conditioned to protect the art pieces, you know.
Welcome to my private little banquet of chaos.
What does that mean? Bloody hell.
I'm afraid I have very little to offer, but please make yourself at home.
Who are you anyway? Okay, I think this is about all my voice can take, so I'll call it here. Glad you enjoyed it, Jan. Okay, we'll just find someone to raid. That guy is so many different cards. I've definitely masked the mask. Yeah, it's probably going to be one of those, the Master Thief is the guy, hard to catch him sort of things, isn't it? I haven't stretched for the entire stream. Well, in any case, I have business to attend to. Also, remember to vote in the Halloween stream poll. So, yep, sadly the tabletop RPG stream tonight was cancelled. Next week I think it's going to be Guild of Icons Evil again, and that'll be the last in that mini campaign. So tune in to find out what happens to a evil mime, an evil rabbit, and a goblin. I think that's what Leggy's going to be playing. Monday I'll be back with more Wildfire, and let's see who's online. Quite a few people playing Metroid Dread, but I don't really want to spoil that for myself, so we'll just raid Nick. So, this weekend I'm going to be working, but I'm hoping to get a bit of work. I'm hoping to actually get Grounded's Tale finished. In between playing Metroid Dread anyway. Either way, I'll be back with more Wildfire Monday. And I don't really have much else to add, so let's go raid Nick in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. And if you're watching this on YouTube, like, comment and subscribe.